So it's about 12:45 right now on the East Coast, guys, and the markets are doing very well. Let me make my face a little bit smaller. There we go. Let's dive into it, guys. We have the S&P 500 currently up 1.2%. The Russell's up almost 2%. We have the Nasdaq up 1%, as the Dow is not doing as great as the other indexes, but still doing pretty well, up 0.75%. So we're going to break down the markets in this video like we always do, and we're going to talk about some Chinese stocks, as a lot of those are moving like crazy. Alibaba, JD, Tencent is moving. How much is Tencent up? About, really, is JD and Alibaba moving up. Tencent's up as well, but not nearly up as much as those other two. So we're going to break down Chinese stocks overall, kind of where my head's at. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, guys. And oh, by the way, we're going to cover Tesla stock as well. So let's dive into the video. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get into it. So again, green day overall as of now is what we are experiencing in the stock market today, which is great considering yesterday was not a great day. If we pull up the 5-day on SPY here, you're going to see, and you probably know, if you guys saw my videos yesterday we had 386 in the pre-market, which pre-market, everything was looking pretty solid. I think the futures were up. I forget exactly how much they were up, but they were up in the pre-market. And then all of a sudden, when the markets opened, SPY collapsed from 385 all the way down to 377. Then we saw a bit of a relief rally to about 380. And now if we notice here on the 5-day, SPY is approaching 385 right now when I'm filming this, and we're pretty much at those pre-market highs right now. We're going to test them again, which if you guys take a look here on the 20-day chart, if I pull this up, 385, 387, 388, this little $3-4 window, not even $4, $2-3 window, this has been resistance since the 20th of December. This is a very big spot for the bulls. If they could break out of 388, who knows? This could really start reversing to the upside. It's already above the moving averages right now on the 10-day chart. On the 20-day chart, it's above the moving averages as well. Let's see what happens at 387. And you guys know, we talked about the head and shoulders. We've been calling this out, and as of now, it is still intact on SPY. You guys can see that. The neckline's right around that 388, 387 level, which makes that even bigger of a spot to watch out for, right? So if we do break that neckline, head and shoulders is pretty much out the window at that point, and SPY, you could make a case, it could be making a move back to 400, and triple Q, if I pull this up, let me take a look. Guys, these next couple of days are going to be big for direction, especially on SPY. Triple Q here, if we take a look at it, this is not looking, I'd say, as good for the bulls as SPY is, but still, it's bouncing, off the lows from yesterday, which is good. You guys can see lows yesterday were 262. Today we hit that as well in the morning, bounced off it. Now we're at 267, and we're actually starting to push past the highs from the end of last year, being about $267 a share. If that's able to break on triple Q in the very short term here, let's say 268, I'll set my alert there right now, we could end up making a move towards the highs from yesterday being about 270, and if 270 were to break, that's where, hey, maybe this thing gets a little bit more of some more upside, maybe towards 275. We can see that was the high from I believe the 20th of December. So let's see, guys. Let's see. My alert set at 268. Might as well put another one at $270 on triple Q. So what do you all think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, guys. I appreciate you all for tuning in as always. Now let's talk about these Chinese stocks, because these Chinese stocks, guys, they're moving, especially Baba, especially JD.com. Let me just pull the charts up very quickly so you all can see them. Alibaba is over $100 a share now for the first time since August. End of August, early September. Yeah, first time in what, 3-4 months? That's a big, 4 months. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal there, guys. It's up 13%, over $11 a share on the day. And JD, if I pull this up, this is now breaking out towards the highs from the same time period, end of August, early September, being about $68. And if you guys look here, that's where JD has failed since April. We've seen the stock fail at $68, $69 time and time again. So by the looks of it, if I pull the yearly up, let's see here. If we do end up breaking 68 roughly on this stock. Let's say we break above the 70s. I'll set my alert at $69 right now. There could be a lot more upside on this. I mean, you guys can see from that point, next main resistance is what? $75. I mean, 77, 78. There could be some more upside. Let's put it that way. So regulators today approved a plan by Jack Ma's Ant Group to raise 10.5 billion yuan, roughly $1.5 billion for its consumer unit, removing a hurdle before the fintech giant restarts its initial public offering, which you guys know how that went. We're not going to get into that in this video. That was back in 2020, and this news pointed to warmer ties between Chinese authorities and the country's biggest tech firms as officials place economic growth as a top priority. So you guys know, I mean, these stocks are not down. Well, I mean, I guess they're still down a ton from all-time highs, but the reason why they're down a ton, and they were down even more a couple months ago, the reason for that is not solely because of their fundamentals. Really, it's not based on their fundamentals at all. I mean, it's not like Alibaba or JD or Tencent or any of these companies are failing fundamentally. It's because of the government. It's because of the CCP. That is why, and the fact that on top of that, these are ADRs, which essentially you own a shell company, which I just looked at this. Wait a second. Never mind. I thought I saw some. What the heck? Is that a bug in my coffee? Okay, yeah, I'm losing my mind, guys. I thought I saw something crawling in there. Either way, where was I? Essentially, you're not really owning Alibaba, which I've made videos, tons of videos on that. But overall, there's a lot of risks, and that's what was priced in. And you could argue, I mean, it was way too beaten down. And now that we're starting to see, and we've been getting these pieces of news from China, right? That, they're going to relax on regulation, they're going to ease up a little bit. And, each time we've been getting these pieces of news the past couple of months and weeks, these stocks have continued to inch up and up and up, and they're nowhere near out of the hole. I mean, if you look at Alibaba's 3-year chart, the all-time high is $319, which is just insane considering now we're still at $104, guys. I mean, this thing is still down 70%. So they're not anywhere near all-time highs, especially Baba, but there is some optimism that's starting to come back, into these stocks. And am I 100% convinced that, the pessimism is over? Heck no, guys. This is China we're talking about. Who the heck knows what's going to happen in the next couple of days, let alone a couple weeks from now, months from now. I mean, they could crank down on these companies again in the next couple of months. Who knows? Maybe there's a new virus that breaks out 6 months from now, and you guys know how crazy and militant they are about that. So, I mean, look, that's what we're seeing. Today we got some news about Ant Group. All right, that's great. It's a nice little sigh of relief rally for these companies, but is it going to last long term? I'm not too convinced quite yet. And on top of that, adding to the optimism is further potential policy support to the housing sector, which has been another concern in China, a key weak spot in China's COVID-hit economy, which is the housing sector. Beijing is planning to help shore up balance sheets of some developers it deemed as systematically, quote, important, according to a Bloomberg report. And authorities also resumed approvals for private equity funds to raise money for residential property development. So this is pretty decent news in the short term. But again, can we fully trust China? Are they really going to just ease up completely now? I'm not convinced about that whatsoever. And for that reason, I'm keeping, and mind you, full disclosure, I'm long Alibaba, but I'm not making it a massive position for that reason, because I don't fully 100% trust China. Then you're probably looking at me like, Stas, why do you have Alibaba then? Well, it's a speculative position, guys. You know that. I've been saying that for a while, and I am down on it, full disclosure. But, it's a speculative position for me. I figured I can afford to lose this money for sure. And if it works out, let's say China, eases up, and over the next couple of years, things go back to normal. We'll see. Who knows? The return on that could be worthwhile. I could make, in my opinion, I think if Baba, I think eventually Baba will be a multi-$100 stock. But the question is, when is that going to happen? I mean, we'll see. Again, it's all speculation. But overall, today, very strong day for the Chinese stocks. And if I pull up Tesla stock to switch gears a little bit, this is doing pretty well as well. But do I trust the Tesla stock rally? I don't, to be honest, guys. I don't. It's up 3.5% right now, which is great. Back over $111 a share. And if I zoom in a little bit, you guys can see arguably a double bottom. I mean, it is a double bottom. We are holding 104, 105 bucks. We held that in the end of the year last year. We just held that yesterday and today. So arguably, it is a double bottom forming, but is it going to be a double bottom followed by a breakout above the moving averages, which we're seeing no signs of that? Or is it going to be a double bottom where it just collapses, under the support, and then we just hit fresh lows, which could be anywhere from 95 to 100. Maybe it gets even worse than that on the next leg down if we do end up getting the next leg down. So pretty good day today for the bulls overall on Tesla, but it's nothing crazy, nothing worth writing home about. This could easily turn for the worse tomorrow, later this week, next week, no doubt about it. Another one that just keeps on crushing it, guys, unbelievable, is Nike. Nike's up another 2.4% today. And if you guys remember last month, they reported earnings in the middle of the month, late month last month, and the stock went that day from 96 bucks all the way to 115. It was just an unbelievable move. And you would have thought maybe they'd give some of those gains back, but no. Nike has continued to grind out gains. It pretty much held flat for a couple days, but today and yesterday, I think yesterday it had a green day. Yeah, today and yesterday it showed that we're, getting ready for that next leg up. We're pushing right now as I'm making this video on the next leg up. So, yeah, Nike looks pretty good in my opinion, guys, on the 4-hour. Now with today's big move, it is now officially over the highs from the middle of August, being about 118.19. Now we're probably going to face ourselves. I mean, we are going to face we're going to face this resistance here, the double top from the beginning of June. You guys see this right here. That was at about 123.24. That's where we're probably going to test next. And then from that point, if that were to break, I mean, at that point, guys, the stock would be so overbought. But who knows? It might happen. It might go to 128.29 before seeing probably a sell-off. And who knows? Even where we are now, guys, you could argue it's overbought and it's in need of a sell-off. We'll see. We'll see. But overall, that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, check out my second channel, Stas Talks Money. I'll leave that link down below. And if you want some free money from Moo, up to 20 stocks, each up to $2,000 with at least a $100 deposit. And you could also get 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. And if you guys want to check out my Patreon for daily charts, Discord access, updates throughout the day, bunch of other exclusive content, check out the Patreon, link down below. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers. I'll see you later. Peace out, guys.